As we continue to see those temperatures drop, many need to be careful with their health and safety. Cold weather can cause a number of injuries and illnesses to Central Texas.
That's right. And Fox 44's Allison Fox O'Connor spoke with the Baylor Scott and White Emergency Department on what they see during these low temperatures and how to avoid needing medical assistance.
It doesn't need to be below freezing to have cold-related injuries, and we see a lot. I mean, it just happens because of our inexperience.
With temperatures dipping below freezing overnight, Dr. David Kaler says there are multiple types of exposure and weather-related injuries and illnesses he sees in his emergency departments. The first being hypothermia, where the body temperature drops below 95 degrees and stops making heat.
Can get hypothermia above freezing. Hypothermia happens when our body is unable to make enough heat to keep up with the cold environment around us, so we're actually losing more heat than we're making. That can happen at 35, at 40 degrees, depending on how you're dressed and depending how you go out into the climate.
Dr. Kaler also talked about carbon monoxide poisoning and heat burns, two other injuries they see when temperatures drop due to people heating their homes and cars. But there are ways to avoid ending up in Dr. Kaler's emergency room.
You want to dress in layers. You don't want to be wet, but you also don't want to be over hot. You don't want to overdress, which is kind of interesting because you don't want to start sweating, because then you get damp and then you can actually chill off faster. The second, part of that, lives can be saved by a fire detector. It's that simple. And most fire detectors oftentimes are multi-use. They have both fire as well as carbon monoxide warning. And then lastly is if you're going to use any other, stove, heater, your fireplace, just make sure you're using it correctly.
Dr. Kaler finished by saying if you do experience any type of cold exposure injury, do not immediately apply hot content. Make sure to use lukewarm water or blankets to begin bringing the feeling back. In Waco, Allison Fox O'Connor, Fox 44 News.